Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing very well. Today's video is going to be all about the iconic luxury fragrance of Baccarat Rouge. If you haven't smelled it, if you don't own the fragrance, I'm sure you've heard of it by now. It is very popular, especially where I live in Miami. I have smelled this perfume everywhere since I moved here, but specifically when I worked in retail and my clientele could definitely afford Baccarat Rouge, I smelled it every day. To be honest, that's the reason why I haven't gone out of my way to purchase Baccarat Rouge. That and it is on the pricey side, but I feel like I would have bought it by now because I do like the scent profile if it weren't for the fact that I smelled it so much in that job that I started to associate the scent with working. I just over-smelled it. It's like overhearing a song. Earlier today, I decided to spray the EDP on this wrist and the Extrait version on this wrist. So I'm gonna be talking about both the Eau de Parfum and the Extrait today. And I decided to do that just because I wanted to know if they really smell different, if one lasts longer, and you know, there's a pretty big price gap between the two. So I want to know if it's worth it, and I figured if somebody is deciding between the two fragrances, this might be helpful. So I sprayed these on my wrists. I sprayed them at 2 p.m. It is 7:24, okay? So it's been 5 hours and 24 minutes. When I sprayed both the perfumes, they both were very strong, but Baccarat Rouge does this thing where I've sprayed it multiple times in Nordstrom and Saks Fifth Avenue. It's strong, but it's not that strong. But when I smell it on other people, it's strong. Like, I know when somebody's wearing Baccarat, and I don't know if it's just because they're really overspraying it or if it really is that great of a performer. And I'm sure it is because everyone says it is. But yeah, I mean, it's clearly there, but when I think of Baccarat, I think of this beast mode fragrance and how it's really supposed to project. And I feel like I really have to smell it, you know? And then the Extrait. When I first sprayed the Extrait, I was like, whoa, now that's strong. That is strong. And now that it's dried down for over 5 hours, it's starting to smell like what the EDP smelled like when I first sprayed it. But I would say the Extrait, when you first spray it, smells more woody, even more sweet, stronger, and it has a little bit of a tartness to it that I like. And scent-wise, I actually prefer the Extrait. I think it's just a little bit more interesting. But let's go ahead, let's spray these fresh so I can really give you my full opinion of what they smell like. So let's start the good old EDP. Very nice sprayer on this tester. It just smells like wealth. It smells like luxury. It's like a burnt sugar on, like you're making some kind of, you know, sugar on the stove. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You're making molasses on the stove. That's what it smells like. But woody, but sweet. There's a little bit of a slight fruitiness. It's really pretty. I might need this perfume. The reason I would purchase it is because I think it would be a really nice scent to elevate other perfumes and to help make them last longer, because I've noticed it really does leave a trail. Like, people who are wearing it, I can smell them from far away. So the top notes of Baccarat Rouge are saffron and jasmine. Middle notes are amberwood and ambergris, and the base notes are fir resin and cedar. Whenever a perfume has amber as a note, I notice this warmth to the perfume, and that's what I smell. It smells very warm, very woody, and it kind of reminds me of a European vacation for some reason. Even though I haven't been to Europe yet, this is a scent that I would want to wear when I'm in Italy in the sun. It's very warm, it's very luxurious. So yeah, that's the classic Baccarat Rouge. So as I was saying, there is a really big price gap between these two. For the standard size, which is the 2.4 ounce, usually when you see people holding the perfume, that is $325. And then for the 1.2 ounce, which is the smaller version, it is $195. You think that's expensive, right? But then the Extrait for the 2.4 ounce is $435. The small version of the Extrait is $260. There's a huge price difference between these two scents. So now let's go ahead and spray the extrait, which is much more expensive. But I have to say, this one, at first sniff, I do prefer. Yeah, this one has more of a fruitiness, more of a sourness, tartness. It's sweet. This one is unique enough to set itself apart from the original. It really is beautiful. I do prefer this one to the original Baccarat Rouge. It might just be because I've smelled this on less people. Okay, so the top notes are bitter almond and saffron. Middle notes are Egyptian jasmine and cedar. And the base notes are ambergris, woody notes, and musk. I do love the scent of almond. That could be why I prefer this one. But you guys, for $110 more, $110 more for the same size, am I the only one that thinks that's a little crazy? This one does have really good performance. It was still strong when I smelled it 5.5 hours later, but $110 more? Overall, I would say Baccarat Rouge in general is iconic. It's a classic. If you smell it, if you've tested it and you love it, if you can afford it, buy it. If money isn't a factor for you, I personally would go for the extrait just on uniqueness alone. I just think this smells a little bit more special to my nose, and I haven't smelled this as much as the original. Alright, so that's really all I have for today's video. It was very short and sweet. Let me know what you guys think of Baccarat Rouge, both the EDP and the extrait, in the comments. I would love to know what you guys think. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me over on Instagram, where I share my personal life, and TikTok, where I do book character cosplays and I talk about books. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!